Hey everyone, how's it going today? I want to talk about exploring interests outside of what you do on an everyday basis, your everyday routine. This is more of an existential topic, a little less in line with just, what will help you reach your goals, etc. However, it's just as important as a lot of the other stuff I talk about. And here's the deal is I think a lot of us, if you take a look at your life, I know myself, we have our routine, we have our life, we have what we do on a daily basis every single day. Then we have certain things that we have interest in that may not relate directly to what we do or even the world we live in right now, the things that we touch on a daily basis. If you don't have interests outside of what you do on a daily basis, I would actually invite you to explore and discover some as well. Maybe start to think in that way. Well, what would my interest be if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now? What would I be interested in outside of that? The importance of exploring the interests is this. It's twofold. One, when it comes to business, some of the best, strongest, most exponentially great activities that have the biggest outcomes. You do X equals YZ. The most exponential growth factors come from exploring industries and businesses unrelated in every single way to what you do on a daily basis. Meaning, look at how people do something in automotive, how they do it in restaurant business, how they do it in software, in film, in music, in spirituality, in politics, and apply a wide range of wisdom, knowledge, and experience from those that are really good at doing certain things and take pieces from learning and exploring those interests and applying it to what you're doing. If you're only looking in the realm of what you do, and that's the only place that you look and you explore and you spend your time, you'll actually be clouded by the limitations of what everybody else around you is doing in that industry. I myself, I explore a lot of stuff completely unrelated to what I do. Most of the time when I spend time studying, it has nothing to do with marketing, social media, communication, production, advertising. In fact, I hardly spend any of my time in those areas. I spend most of my time in personal development, spirituality, software, hardware, mechanical engineering, and philosophy, things like that. And the reason for this is when I spend my time exploring those areas, I discover ways. For example, studying philosophy and even great debaters, I've learned how to communicate better because they do a great job of communicating in a debate format. I don't have the time to spend 30 minutes to explain a topic to people that I need to explain in less than 3 minutes. Learning to condense my thoughts by observing others that are experts in their field, unrelated to what I do, has helped bring skill sets into what I do. And so that's what I want to encourage you with, is explore the experts, the greats in these other fields of interest, and see what you could learn from them and apply to what you do that nobody else is doing. And if you don't have any interest, if you've never explored outside of what you do, if that's even scary for you, if your comfort zone is what you do, if you're worried about being influenced by other people outside of what you do, if you have a fear of that, you're letting that fear actually control your actions, and you're choosing to not grow in the direction of what you're called to because that fear has you gripped so much. So whatever you're doing, whatever your field of focus is, look outside of it. Take a look at, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing right now today for a living, what would I have an interest in doing? And then explore those areas. Explore what other people in those areas are doing. Learn things. That's the reason I spent the last year and a half studying software development. I don't plan on becoming a professional software developer myself, but I do plan on hiring them. So I need to speak the language. I have to learn the language that they speak. If I'm going to be traveling to a certain country, I have to learn that language. The other thing is to learn the language of your target audience, to learn the words they use, the cadence, how people talk, interact, speak, the things they say. And this will help you become a very well-rounded individual And then you bring it back to focus. So where a lot of people get tripped up is they spend so much time exploring these other areas of interest that they get distracted from their actual calling. I did this for a long time. I still do this sometimes. I'm like, okay, I spent a little bit too long over here. This is suffering here. Let's come back around. Let's focus it in. But always, whenever I focus it back in, I'm 10 times stronger at what I'm focused on because of the time that I spent exploring this other area, this mental exploration, this ethereal exploration. Exploration isn't just about getting in your car or flying somewhere. We have the internet now. You could explore on YouTube, on websites, on Google, explore concepts. Take yourself from where you are now and look outside of the box of where you are. What I see is a lot of people, they have their mind, they have their brain, they have their wisdom, their knowledge, their understanding, their experience, and it's like this box with a little lock and key on it. And they're only living inside of that box. And what I want to encourage everybody to do, if you get one thing from me, is to unlock that lock, open the box up completely. Not to let anything come in, by the way. There's a filter. You don't let anything come in, but you don't lock it up completely. And you choose. You make a choice consciously. What do I want to learn from? What do I want to engage with? I really encourage you to spend time only engaging with people that are positive, uplifting for you. You know, I heard a debate this morning. The guy said, the reason I can be so positive and happy and grateful is because I see my capacity for evil, for sadness, for even terrible things if I went down that path. And it made me not want that so much that I focus on where I want to go, which is joy, love, connection with other people. And I thought, man, that's so powerful. He took ownership over his own potential to not be focused on those things, that it makes him and encourages him to focus on those things. And that's something that's helped me. And that's why we need to take ownership over our thoughts, take every thought captive, our minds, where we're going. And you choose with intentionality what you look at, what influences you and what doesn't. And when you have that filter, you can then safely explore other areas that are unrelated to what you do without fearing of being swayed or dissuade or influenced in a negative sense, but rather, what can I learn from this that maybe I don't know that can upgrade my understanding to a higher level, attach it to this, kind of bolt on a new idea to then exponentially grow what I'm already doing. And if you do this, it opens up so many possibilities to what we can do in our lives, the influence we can have, what we can create. And it's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. Living inside of a box, living inside of just a small little world when this whole world is open to us. You know, I say we don't know what we don't know. A lot of times we have these blinders on. We can only see here and here. But if you swivel to the left and to the right, you explore more of what you didn't know was possible. So I always encourage everybody, look at what maybe you have no idea about. Explore other interests. Start with what's inside of you. Start with those areas of, well, what would I be interested in if I wasn't just, building my business right now? If I wasn't just a real estate agent, or if I wasn't just a motivational speaker, if I wasn't just an author or a mother or a pastor or whatever that is, what would those other interests be? And explore them. Don't be afraid that by exploring them, they will cut in half what you're already doing. As long as you're solidified that this is your calling, this is where you're staying, it can actually help you grow in those other areas by exploring other interests that you have and learning from them. Grow your life, everybody, and we'll talk soon.